In today's lecture, we will discuss about the next point of this chapter, and that next point is Argand diagram. So Argand diagram, that is a geometry of complex number. So in this session, we will discuss about the definition of Argand diagram, right? So before to start the chapter, I will define what is Argand diagram. The Argand diagram is nothing but it is very simple definition. It is just a representation of any complex number on xy axis. It is just the definition of Argand diagram. That is representation of any complex number on xy axis, right? So students, suppose I have a complex number z, right? Suppose z equals to a plus bi. A plus bi is a complex number, right? So I have to represent this complex number on xy axis. So first of all, you have to write this complex number in coordinate form. You already know what is coordinate form. Coordinate form, it is nothing but x comma y, right? So this x represent on x axis and this y represent on y axis, right? So in similar way, here given complex number can be written as coordinate form, right? So let's see how to write. So it can be written as a comma b, right? A comma b, that is real part comma imaginary part. In this complex number, a is real part, so here I have written a. Here b is imaginary part, so comma, here is a imaginary part, so a comma b. So you have to write in coordinate form, right? So as you have written in coordinate form, then you can easily plot this number on xy axis, right? So here your a represent on x axis and b is represent on y axis, right? So first of all, I will draw xy axis. Suppose this is x axis and this is y axis, right students? So here it is an origin, here it is an origin O. So students, a comma b, so a represent on x axis, suppose my a is here, right? And b represent on y axis, so write b here. Suppose my b is here, so their intersecting point, it is nothing but z equals to a plus bi. Just take the intersecting point. So if I draw a parallel to x axis and if I draw a line parallel to y axis, and their intersecting point, it is nothing but z equals to a plus bi. So this is nothing but a plus bi. So like this you can plot any complex number on xy axis. So students, remember that as you plot a, that is real part on x axis, so I will call this x axis as real axis because I plot real part on x axis, therefore x axis is called real axis. And in similar way, as I plot imaginary part on y axis, so y axis called as imaginary axis. So I will write here imaginary axis, right students? So this is very simple part. So just look at this representation. What is the real axis? What is the imaginary axis? Also students, as we plot any complex number on xy axis, so this xy axis called as complex axis, or you can easily say complex plane, because xy axis, it is nothing but plane, right? So but as you plot this complex number on xy axis, so I will call this xy axis as complex plane. So this is nothing but complex plane, right? It is very simple part, right students? So in simple way, first of all, if you want to plot any complex number on complex plane, just write your complex number in coordinate form, that is x comma y form, right? So as you written in xy form, that is coordinate form, you can easily draw or you can easily plot that number on complex plane, right? So it is very simple part, right students? So students, the next part of the chapter is part. I will consider it as first part. The first part is modulus of complex number, right students? So how to find modulus of any complex number? Suppose students, I have a complex number z equals to a plus bi. Suppose z equals to a plus bi is a complex number, right? So I want to find modulus of complex number. So remember that modulus of any complex number, it is nothing but mod z. Suppose I want to find modulus of z, that is mod z. Mod z equals to r. The modulus of complex number denoted by small r, right? So it is equals to, it have formula square root a square plus b square. So I will write here a square plus b square, right? Square root a square, that is real part square, plus b square, it is nothing but imaginary part square. So this is only a simple formula. This is simple formula. Mod z equals to r equals to square root a square plus b square, right student? So suppose I will take an example. Find modulus of z equals to 1 plus 2i, right? So 1 plus 2i. So z equals to 1 plus 2i is an complex number, and now we have to find its modulus, right students? So first of all students, in solution what should I write? So first of all you have to compare this complex number with the general complex number, that is a plus bi. So as you compare with a plus I, b, you will get value of a and value of b. So tell me what is the value of a here? So a equals to 1 and b equals to 2, right students? Okay. Next we have to find its modulus, right? So modulus having formula mod z equals to r equals to square root a square plus b square. So students, write formula mod z equals to r equals to square root a square plus b square. Now student, easily you can put the values of a and b here, right? So students, I will get mod z equals to r equals to square root a square, it is nothing but 1 square, because value of a it is 1, so it is 1 square, plus b square, it is nothing but 2 square, so it is 2 square, right students? Now you can easily calculate it out, right? So it is a square root 1 square, it is 1, plus 2 square, it is 4, right? So square root 5, because 1 plus 4 it is 5. So square root 5 equals to mod z, that is modulus of z. So I will write here mod z equals to r. So this is nothing but solution, right? So in similar way you can find modulus of any complex number. It's very easy, right? So students, we already know the formula for modulus of complex number. The formula of modulus of complex number is mod z equals to r equals to square root a square plus b square, right? So now students, what is actual geometrical meaning of this modulus is what, right? So I will tell you what is geometrical meaning. So students, I have, suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and a plus b I suppose here it is a and here it is suppose b, right? So their intersecting point is here. So z equals to a plus b I. So z equals to a plus b I. Now students, let me know, I will tell you what is mod z, right? So mod z, it is nothing but the distance from origin to that corresponding point, right students? Suppose this is an origin and this is the point, suppose P, A comma B, right? So from O to P, this distance, that is this length, it is nothing but mod z, that is modulus of this complex number. So I will draw a line from origin, right? So this line, it is nothing but mod z, and mod z equals to r, right? So OP equals to mod z equals to r. Very simple definition. It is nothing but the distance from origin to that corresponding point, right? So this is geometrical meaning of modulus of complex number. So I have taken a general complex number a plus bi, and its modulus it is nothing but square root a square plus b square, right? So geometrically, the distance from that origin to that corresponding point, it is nothing but modulus of complex number. Now students, we will go towards the next important part. The next important part is argument of complex number. Argument of complex number. Argument of complex number, right students? We have to find argument of complex number. Argument of complex number and amplitude of complex number are very similar words. Arguments means amplitude. If you want to find argument, that means you have to find amplitudes, right? So arguments and amplitude are same terms. So I will write in bracket amplitude, right students? So students, in general, what is argument, right students? Suppose students, I have a complex number z equals to a plus b I, right? Suppose this is b and this is a. Their intersecting point, it is nothing but a plus bi, right students? So from origin to that corresponding point, it is nothing but modulus, that we have already seen. So I will plot a line. This is O, this is P, right students? So OP, it is nothing but mod z. So mod z equals to r, that is modulus of z. Now students, what is argument of complex number? Simply I will tell you the definition. The definition is that angle made by modulus with positive x-axis. Angle made by modulus with positive x-axis is called as argument. That is, argument, it is nothing but the angle which is made by modulus with positive x-axis. Here students, this is positive x-axis, this is y-axis, and angle made by OP. OP, it is nothing but modulus. So angle made by OP with positive x-axis means this axis, right? So this axis, it is nothing but theta, and this theta is called as argument of complex number. Argument of complex number, right student? So how to find theta? So what is theta? So students, remember that I will explain whole concept. So students, you people already know what is cos theta. So cos theta having formula adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, right? So cos theta equals to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, right students? So what is adjacent side? So adjacent side, it is nothing but a, right? Here a. So from 0 to a, it is nothing but a, and from this point to this point, it is nothing but b. Therefore this is nothing but b. So from this point to this point, it have length b, because from 0 to that b point, it having the length b. So this length equals to this length, so therefore b, right? And this length, it is nothing but a. So students, adjacent side divided by hypotenuse, right? So students, what is adjacent side? Adjacent side, it is nothing but a. So I will write here a upon hypotenuse. What is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse, it is nothing but modulus, and that modulus, it is nothing but r, right? So I will write here r. This is nothing but cos theta, right? So cos theta. So students, in similar way, you can find sin theta. So what is definition of sin theta? So sin theta equals to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. So opposite side divided by hypotenuse, right? So it is equals to, what is opposite side of theta? Opposite side of theta, it is nothing but b. So I will write here b, and hypotenuse is always a modulus. So I will write here r. So b upon r, and this is nothing but sin theta, right students? So students, we want to find theta, right? So you have to take division of equation number 1 and equation number 2. So this is nothing but sin theta. So just take the division of sin theta and cos theta. So students, so remember that I will write here sin theta upon cos theta equals to, sin theta upon cos theta equals to, what is sin theta? Sin theta, it is nothing but b upon r. So here b upon r upon cos theta, and cos theta, it is nothing but a upon r, right? So it can be written as r upon a, right? So these r and these r will get cancelled. So this will get cancelled, and remaining only here sin theta upon cos theta, it is nothing but tan theta. So it is tan theta. So tan theta equals to b upon a, right students? So I got tan theta equals to b upon a. Now students, I want theta only, right? So what will be theta? So here tan is straightforward function inside. I will transfer this tan on right hand side, it will get inverse function, right? That is theta equals to tan inverse b upon a, right? So I will write here theta equals to tan inverse b upon a, right? So theta equals to tan inverse b upon a. So this is the formula to find argument of any complex number. This is very simple formula, that is theta equals to tan inverse b upon a, right? So this is the explanation how to find theta, that is how to find argument of any complex number, right? So don't use or don't write this one, you have to remember only this formula, theta equals to tan inverse b upon a. If you want to find argument of any complex number, just find theta equals to tan inverse b upon a, that is you can use this formula. So students, next important part of this main topic is polar form, right? So third point, that is polar form. Polar form, right students? So what is polar form? So any complex number converted into polar form, right? We have seen cos theta. So cos theta, it is nothing but a upon r, right student? So you can find the value of a. So I will write here a. So a equals to r cos theta, right student? So in similar way, what is sin theta? My sin theta was b upon r. So you can write b equals to r into sin theta, right student? Now you have to write a polar form, right? Suppose we have z equals to a plus bi is an any complex number, right students? Now just replace a and b by r cos theta and r sin theta respectively. So a, it is nothing but r cos theta. So I will write here z equals to r cos theta plus b, it is nothing but r sin theta, right? So it is r sin theta into I. Here it is I. So I have written here I. Students, so it can be written as, so in first term there is a r, in second term there is also r. So take outside, that is common. So r in bracket cos theta plus I sin theta, right? So z equals to r in bracket cos theta plus I sin theta, and this is nothing but polar form, right? So this is polar form. So polar form, it is nothing but z equals to r in bracket cos theta plus I sin theta. Here students, remember that these are, it is nothing but mod z, and mod z, it is nothing but square root a square plus b square, that is modulus of complex number. And here students, this theta, so what is theta? Theta, it is nothing but argument of z, right? So what is the formula for argument? Argument, it is nothing but tan inverse b upon a, b upon a. So r equals to modulus and theta equals to argument. So if you want to find its polar form, first of all you have to find its modulus and argument. Then and then only you can find their polar form, right? So remember that what is polar form? Polar form, it is nothing but z equals to r bracket cos theta plus I sin theta, right students? So we will go towards the next important point. The next important point is, that is fourth point, that is exponential form. Exponential form, right? So we have to convert any complex number to exponential form. So what is exponential form? So exponential form, it is nothing but z equals to r e raised to I theta. So this is only a formula, right, or representation of exponential form. So if you want to find exponential form, use this relation r e raised to I theta. Here in similar way, r equals to mod z, that is square root a square plus b square, and here theta, what is theta? Theta, it is nothing but argument of complex number, right? So argument of complex number, so what is formula? Argument of complex number, it is nothing but tan inverse b upon a. So I will write here theta equals to tan inverse b upon a, right students? So this is exponential form. So we will stop here. So in this session we have discussed 4 important concepts. The first concept was modulus of complex number. So what is modulus of complex number? So modulus of complex number, modulus, it is nothing but mod z, and it is nothing but r equals to square root a square plus b square. So students, after that we have seen argument of any complex number, and argument of complex number, it is nothing but amplitude of complex number, and amplitude of complex number, it is nothing but the angle made by modulus with positive x-axis, right? So argument, I will write here argument, it is nothing but theta, and theta equals to tan inverse b upon a, right students? Next, in third point, what we have seen? We have seen polar form of complex number. So polar form. So what is polar form? Polar form, it is nothing but z equals to r in bracket cos theta plus I sin theta, right? So students, it is a very simple part. After that, in fourth part, we have seen exponential form. So exponential form. What is exponential form? Exponential form, it is nothing but z equals to r e raised to I theta, right? So in exponential form, just replace cos theta plus I sin theta by e raised to I theta, right? यहाँ पे cos थीटा प्लस आई साइन थीटा की जगह पे आप हमें क्या पुट करना है, e रेस टू आई थीटा लेना है. तो मुझे एक एक्सपोनेंशियल फॉर्म क्या मिलेगा, z इक्वल्स टू आर ई रेस टू आई थीटा मिलेगा. इस तरह हमें ये चार जो कंसेप्ट है वो बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है और इसका स्टडी हम लोगों ने आज किया है. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव सीन मॉड्यूलस ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर. हमारे पास एक जनरल कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर था. वो जनरल कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर क्या था, z इक्वल्स टू a प्लस बी आई. ये कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर लेने के बाद मैंने मॉड्यूलस फाइंड कर दिया है, आर्गुमेंट फाइंड कर दिया है, उसके बाद पोलर फॉर्म फाइंड कर दिया है और एक्सपोनेंशियल फॉर्म फाइंड कर दिया है. तो स्टूडेंट्स, आप लोग याद रखिए, यहाँ पे मुझे z इक्वल्स टू a प्लस बी आई एक कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर दिया है, यानी कि x प्लस आई वाई के फॉर्म में n नंबर दिया है. तो उसका मैं पोलर फॉर्म फाइंड कर सकता हूँ और उसका मैं एक्सपोनेंशियल फॉर्म भी फाइंड कर सकता हूँ. समझ में आया? ओके. तो पोलर फॉर्म फाइंड करना है तो आपको सबसे पहले r फाइंड करना होगा. r का मतलब होता है मॉड्यूलस. r का मतलब होता है मॉड्यूलस. यहाँ पे मैंने मॉड्यूलस का फार्मूला लिखा है. सो मॉड्यूलस इट इज नथिंग बट मॉड z इक्वल्स टू r इक्वल्स टू स्क्वायर रूट a स्क्वायर प्लस b स्क्वायर, राइट? एंड यहाँ पे हमें फाइंड करना है थीटा भी फाइंड करना है. थीटा का मतलब होता है आर्ग्यूमेंट मतलब एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर. तो आर्ग्यूमेंट क्या होता है, थीटा इक्वल्स टू tan इनवर्स b अपॉन a होता है. ए फाइंड करके आपको थीटा मिल जाएगा. तो ये दोनों वैल्यू फाइंड करके आप लोगों को यहाँ पे पुट कर देना है, बाद में हमें पोलर फॉर्म मिलेगा. और लास्ट पार्ट में हमने क्या देखा है, एक्सपोनेंशियल फॉर्म देखा है. एक्सपोनेंशियल फॉर्म क्या होता है, z इक्वल्स टू आर ई रेस टू आई थीटा होता है. यहाँ पे भी आप लोगों को r फाइंड करना होगा और थीटा फाइंड करना होगा. r का मतलब होता है मॉड्यूलस और थीटा का मतलब क्या होता है, आर्ग्यूमेंट ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर, दैट इज एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर.